What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. This is episode 160. That is 160 of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow, the number one Arrowverse podcast on Pornhub. I am your host, the self-knighted Sir Cussalott Travis Pointer, aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka T Money, aka Sweet T, aka Black Merlin, aka the HNIC. And I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Mara the Shark Watkins.
Hello.
How are you tonight, Mara?
I am good.
Good. It's good to be good.
I mean,
You surviving up there?
Yeah, New York is currently drowning at the moment, but
Just about to say, I've seen videos, and I know you take trains, and I saw videos of places with trains that did not seem very welcoming.
This was not a fun train.
Yeah. There's lots of water and lots of metal.
Not in the good way.
And I heard those, I believe those trains are electrical. It seems to me like those things don't mix and people shouldn't be there. But hey, I'm no engineer. I also did not design any kind of train system, so I don't know how that really works. It just seems to me like that's a bad idea.
I want to look that up after we're done recording.
Yeah.
Because the trains get wet a lot.
Yeah, it seems like there should be something in place that may stop it from being a problem, but it just seems like it's a bad idea. And I haven't heard of anybody getting electrocuted because they were on a train that was covered in water. So
I've only heard them getting electrocuted by touching the third rail.
By actually touching the crack, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. There must be something stopping it from happening, but still, it's unsettling. But we're not here to talk about New York and its train system or whether or not you can get electrocuted by it. We're here to talk about the Arrowverse on the CW, since we're the number one Arrowverse on Pornhub. Supergirl, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, Black Lightning, Batwoman, Stargirl, Superman Lois, all of them, So we're going to talk about them.
Let's do it.
Where you want to start?
Supergirl, let's just get it out of the way. My notes literally can fit within the span of my index finger and my thumb. That is how big my notes are.
Oh boy. So what was the name of this episode?
Dreamweaver.
Not to be confused with the Adobe software. I don't even think people still use Dreamweaver. I don't know. I learned all that for no reason. It didn't help me at all.
It's not defunct by now.
I think it is. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's used anymore. I don't even know. You know what? Now I got to look at my Creative Cloud.
I'm looking it up as we speak.
Is Dreamweaver still part of the Adobe Creative Cloud? It's just, I don't see it.
What? Ooh, what? I wrote Dreamweaver and it looked up COVID vaccine near me. I don't know how we got there. I already have the COVID vaccine.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't see it. I have Creative Cloud, because I gotta have it for everything we do. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's there. Mm-hmm. It's part of Creative Cloud. They changed the color of it. It used to be green. Now it's that pinkish purple.
DW.
Yeah, not to be confused with Darkwing Duck.
That's DW from Arthur.
Yeah, that too. But when there's trouble, you call DW. Let's get dangerous. Somewhere some villain schemes, putting numbers up. 3, 2, 1. Darkwing Duck. Anyway, Not that hero. That's not who we're here to talk about. We talk about Supergirl and her super friends. Apparently, they're called the Super Friends now, since they wanted to use that term at some point. I'm like, yeah, let's use it on this goofy ass show.
Can't use Justice League, so
yeah. That's all of with Batwoman and Arrow, who's dead, and the Flash and Black Lightning and all that. So yeah, her group can't be called the Justice League.
Supergirl and Super Friends.
Yeah, her Super Friends.
Sounds like a spin-off show.
Let's hope not. So yeah, this whole thing kicks off. Nia's dreaming. She's
As
seeing
usual.
her mother. Yeah. Nixley is there. Blah blah blah. I I forgot all about Nixley until the end of last week, and even now it's just like I still don't care about Nixley. It's game night with the crew. Kelly and Alex, they live together now. They're like really in sync, just whooping everybody ass in this little. What's the game called where you name the stuff and they guess the stuff? No, it's not Pictionary. They weren't drawing anything. They were like saying clues, and she had to guess what it was.
With the buzzer, right?
Yeah. Exactly. I can't remember either. I know the game. We all know the game.
This feels like a Mandela effect thing.
It exists.
We know it's real.
We know what the game is. I don't remember the name of it. Yeah, you can look it up. I don't care enough to look. But then we got this whole moment. Andrea's talking to Cara, Mia, and William. She's like, yo, I want interviews with the Super Friends, and we're gonna use the Super Friends to bring us right back to the top.
Taboo.
That's not it.
It's not?
No. That's not it. Taboo is something else.
Okay. But I feel like we're going in the right direction.
Yeah, yeah. I know Taboo. Okay. That's a different game though. It's when they're like, the thing is like it's the name of the movie, and they're like, okay, or it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, like he was the governor of California, he was the Terminator. And what's the name of that game? We got to guess who they're talking about.
But you can't and on the card, you can't say certain things, right?
Yeah, there's you can't say sound alike, so you can't rhyme. Yeah, there's rules involved. But yeah,
that's taboo.
I don't think that's taboo though. I thought taboo was something else.
No, I'm looking right at it.
Huh. Okay. It's taboo.
Yeah, you have to guess the word on the card without using any of the words in your clues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's taboo.
Okay. I thought it was called something else. My bad.
It's okay. Every once in a blue moon, I get to be right, but I don't I'm not going to say anything else about it.
Why not? I would.
I don't know. I like to take my wins humbly.
But why?
I don't know.
That doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
It's good for me. It keeps me grounded.
Why you got to stay grounded?
I don't know.
See, these are all valid questions. Why do we do certain things? Got to stay humble. Why? Tell me what the benefit of that is.
Being balanced.
Balanced with what?
The opposite of humble.
Arrogant?
Yeah.
But you're not arrogant.
What I want to be.
Should give it a try sometime. I mean, you shouldn't be like that all the time. Don't get me wrong.
No.
But
constant arrogance is.
Every now and then, just be extra arrogant for no reason. It's fun. Just like take a day and just decide today I'm better than everyone else.
Today I choose violence.
Not even choosing violence, just choose to be above everyone. Just every now and then, just pick a day, like, you know what, today I'm above you.
I know better.
It feels amazing. Nobody bothers you when you're like that. It's just like, yo, I don't care what you have to say because you're beneath me. A lion does not concern itself with the opinions of sheep. Try it. It's so much fun. Like, especially on a day that you work. It's great.
Gotta be like that with leadership sometimes.
Like when I worked at the hotel, it was just like, you know, you pick a day when it's just like, yeah, I'm above all of you, including you guests that check in who think you're above me. You try to talk to me any kind of way and I respond in kind and they're not ready for it. Was there a risk of them complaining? Yes. But if they complain, who do they complain to? Someone else who's beneath me.
So what will I care?
What will they do? They're beneath me. You notice this guy never got fired. He quit. You know why he quit? Because they're beneath me. Oh, anyway, we're supposed to be talking about Supergirl right now. Aliens are robbing trucks.
Yeah. Metal mites and obscure.
Yeah, they named some different aliens that normally don't work together. Who cares? They're building a bomb. There's this little kid who's getting abused by a social work, by like a little home for like, you know, foster
alien kids.
Yeah, for alien foster kids. There's a work release program at a prison. Surprise, surprise. This slave labor program at a prison is corrupt.
Shocker.
Yeah, shocking.
Look at the earth we live on.
Who'd have thunk that the slave labor they use with prisoners could have the, you know, the possibility of being corrupt, not being perfect. Who knew?
Maybe being even downright harmful.
Yeah, you know, because, you know, there's never been a time where making people work for free, you know, was bad. You know, that's never happened before. Anyway. Yeah, there's a whole lot of shit that happened with that. You know, Kelly discovers she wants to, you know, help people out more. She decides she wants to be guardian. There's some dream shit going on between Nixley and Mia. Mia decides fuck that owl, and yeah, there's an owl.
Nixley's trying to get her to bring her into the real dimension out of the dream. And Mia's like, I can't do that. And she's like, yes, you can. And she's like, I'll bring your mom back for like a day.
Yeah, yeah.
The end.
Exactly. And
Mia said no
at first, and then she says yes and kills the owl.
Owl.
Yeah.
He just wanted to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop.
A 1, a 2, a 3. Yeah. But yeah.
That was Supergirl though.
Yeah. There was another Supergirl speech at the end, you know, because she was face to face with the prisoners that were like, yo, we don't want to go back to prison because the system you got to about to put us back into is fucked us over and over again. Why the fuck would we want to go back there? And she's like, I know it's corrupt and I know it's all fucked up, but I want you to trust me that this time it won't be, even though you got fucked over and over again. This time you won't get fucked over. And you'll
just be in jail.
And they just said,
you'll just do your time.
Yeah, they just said, okay. And I think, like, I call bullshit. Like, it's just like,
They're like, we trust this white woman's word.
Like, I also
Everything gonna
came
be
here as an
okay.
alien. And just I'm like, yeah, but guess what? You showed up here as an alien and you're a blonde white girl.
This ain't helping much.
Like, when you appear to the rest of the world, you look like a blonde white girl. Sorry, your struggles are not the same as mine.
Right. Sorry that avocado toast stops getting served after 3 p.m.
Yeah. But yeah. Um Kelly stopped the abuse thing, got the lady arrested at the house.
She
Kids,
had dampening cuffs on them kids.
yeah, dampening cuffs on them was like, like
Zapping the
shocking,
shit out of
zapping
them.
them and shit. Yeah. Because surprise, surprise, in
She
those
is
homes with a
also
bunch of children,
corrupt.
yeah, in the home with a bunch of children in it, there's corruption involved there too. Who'd have thunk it? That's never happened before. Yeah. And honestly, this
Surprise.
episode really didn't bother me as much until that damn Supergirl speech at the end. Like, it was one of
Why?
those episodes just like, this isn't really that, it's not bad. Like, it's not great, but it's better than most Supergirl shit we've seen so far. And then that speech happened. I'm just like, really? Really? We're doing this again? Fuck you.
Social justice car back in play.
Yes, social justice where she fixes everything with her words because that works.
Because her word is worth so much.
Yeah. But yeah, big takeaway here though. Kelly is gonna take up the mantle of Guardian. And, you know, Alex had talked to Jimmy and Jimmy had already sent the shit back. Like, yo, yeah, suit her up.
Suit up.
But yeah, that was Supergirl. We can move on now.
Thank God.
Yeah. Where you want to go next?
Um,
Legends? Cool. Yeah. Were you gonna say Legends?
I was debating.
Oh, debate. I just figured you were gonna say Legends. Go ahead. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, we can get Legends out of the way.
Legends?
Yeah, we can get Legends. We get it out
You
of the
sure?
way. Yeah. I mean, I didn't
Positive?
since yeah, because this was like the first
Absolutely,
episode.
positively?
Yes.
Okay.
The only reason I was debating was because this was like the first episode that I actually sat and watched through in one sitting. Didn't go back or anything like to re-clarify anything or have to read up on later. So I was kind of like, oh, okay, I liked some parts of this
Okay.
story.
So this episode was called What?
There will be brood.
Fun fact about this episode, it was directed by Maisie Richardson Sellers. You all may know her as Charlie from Legends of Tomorrow before. So it's cool. She got to direct an episode. She's not on the show, but she directed it.
She's like, I'm still get paid though.
Yeah. So let's get into the episode. You know what? How'd the episode start, Marty? I'll let you kick it off.
So after, John got his ass whooped and then drank the elixir, this takes place right after that. And Zari comes back and she sees him, chipper and up and about. And she's just like, the fuck? What changed? And why is there glass everywhere? And so John's just like being a dick, and the team shows up because they realize what Bishop was doing. And then they realize that John is stalling and that he's not there because he's just astral projecting himself. And that Bishop and him are actually on this ship where Astra and Spooner are.
Mm.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
They just in there mind their business, think still talking about the elixir and shit or whatever. And they realize that comms are down. Astra then, oh, sorry. Astra then turns her and Spooner into a spoon and a snow globe while John and Bishop come in talking about some map that Bishop was looking for. Astra and Spooner somehow get away. I don't think I saw, I guess I missed that, how they got out of that, but they go to Texas 1925.
Yeah, because basically John wants Bishop's help to get his magic back and wants to find the fountain.
Again.
Yeah, again.
And force it to find him worthy.
Yeah. Bishop's like, yo, I can do that.
It's not how that works.
Apparently it is, because they did it.
It's not how that works.
But yeah, 1925 in Texas.
And then Spooner realizes she might know this one lady. And she was like, that might be my mom. And I'm just like, in 1925?
That's what they said. Like, wait, why is my mama in 1925? What the fuck?
I was just like, I need some splaining to be done.
Yeah.
Because either Spooner looks really good for her age,
or some other funny business happening.
Yeah, something's amiss. So like the woman help some dude, and
his leg was fucked up, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they were like, yo, his leg about to fall off, and she heals him, and then his boss comes over and it's just like, yo, you good, go. And he talks to the woman about trying to buy her property, which seems like he does pretty often, because she was just like, nah, we've gone over this before.
Yeah, he tried to threaten her too, like, showing her his gun and all that kind of shit. But like, Spooner and Astra like, hey, we ain't doing that here. We ain't doing that. Because Spooner's like, yo, I got one too, and mine's bigger than yours.
And then so they meet the woman, her name's Gloria. And then so Spooner deducts. Spooner deducts that maybe her mom was abducted by aliens and then brought back in time.
Because they were like, oh, they abducted us and dropped us in another time in the future. And that's why. Yeah. That's what she thinks at the time.
So then Gloria,
alert, she was wrong.
Gloria offers them dinner or lunch or something, for helping. Back with John and Bishop, though, they find a site that the fountain should have been at, and then Bishop gives like this weird history about mushrooms being aliens, apparently. So
yeah, I'm like, oh, so the fountain's an alien mushroom. Okay, cool.
And he's just like, and then so I guess if you've ever eaten a mushroom and felt weird, you ate an alien.
Was that difficult for you to say? Is mushroom a difficult word for you?
No.
It seemed like you were struggling to say mushroom.
Just in that moment.
Like it sounded like you kind of wanted to say marshmallow instead of mushroom. Is that what happened? Did you almost say marshmallow? Is that what happened, Mara? Is that what happened, Mara? That's what it sounded like. It sounded like you almost said marshmallow.
I like marshmallows.
I do too, especially when you roast them over a fire and put them on a graham cracker with a chocolate bar.
I put them on my French toast the other day. So good.
Did you like melt it a little bit? Okay.
Threw some extra, threw some powdered sugar on top.
That's so mean. Why would you not share your fabulous French toast with marshmallow?
Because Logan didn't want any. Actually, she was actually quite disgusted by the fact that I had ordered it because we had just had dinner like an hour before.
Oh, this was like one of those late night shit. Were you high?
Yeah, but I had also been ordering French toast like 3 days prior in a row.
Oh, so she was sick of French toast.
Seeing me eat French toast.
Understandable.
Don't know where it went.
Completely understandable then. I get it.
It's gonna show up somewhere at some point on my body. I don't know where I've been putting it on.
I mean, I assume it comes out your butt, but
Well, yeah, but it's gonna sit on me to some degree. It's gonna sit on me to some degree.
Perhaps.
Yeah, anyway.
what, the fuck was that, Mark?
That was my segue.
Like you look down and like, what is she looking at? And I was expecting some kind of explanation for what you were looking at, but no. We just moved on and pretended she wasn't just looking down randomly for no reason. Okay, that's cool. We can pretend that didn't happen. Go ahead.
So back at the house, Spooner, she's just like, yo, Kid Me's about to walk through this door. This lady's my mom. And so she does.
After Kid Spooner met John.
Yes, John comes across a little girl humming, and she's collecting mushrooms, and he's asking her about some of that stuff and says he's a healer like her mom and such.
Like, in a way, he didn't lie, but he like omitted like
a lot of truth.
Yeah, like his his abilities include the ability to heal people. He just doesn't use that very often. That's not his focus.
But so they do walk in, and John is equally as surprised to see Astra and Spooner there. Trying to read my notes. Can't see them. Yeah, so Gloria starts making dinner for all of them, or food for all of them. John puts them to sleep.
He does, so we can talk to Astra and be like, all right, this is what we do. Oh, Spooner. He was talking to
Spooner.
Spooner. Yeah.
And so they unlock a little bit more of her history. And then they find out that the oilman actually killed her mom in the right time period. And then Spooner herself unlocked the fountain with her blood, and then the alien mushrooms took her, wiped her memory, and then dropped her like a few decades later.
Not just a few, like they like dropped her like in the 80s or some shit, like the 90s, because she's like, how old is she supposed to be?
I'm going to assume late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah, so like dropped her again like in the 90s then, because she was 10 years old at that time. So picked her up from the 20s and dropped her in the 90s.
70 something odd years later.
Yeah. And I feel like it would probably be easier for like a 10-year-old to grasp than like, if you were an adult and they did that shit to you. But
yeah, because at 10 you still have that wherewithal to like, I could learn something new.
Yeah, it depends on how old you are when you're presented with new shit like that. The way I compare it. Hello?
There we go.
Yeah, it depends on how old you are when you're presented with the weird new shit. Like, it's like I compare it to 96, I believe it was, when the N64 came out. I'm guessing here. I don't remember. It's either 95 or 96. I think it was 96. But when the N64 came out and I saw Mario 64 in 3D, I wasn't shocked by it. In my head as a child, it made sense. This is what video games would look like now. Same with a little kid, you move from one era to the other, like, oh yeah, this makes sense. This is the next step. This is what things should be like,
96.
Yeah, it was 96. I thought I was right. But yeah, I liken it to that. It's just like, just jump somebody ahead and just like, oh, if they're a kid, they can kind of grasp, drastic changes better than adults can. If I were an adult and I saw like, the jump from the Super Nintendo to the N64. I'm like, yo, this is fucking amazing. How the fuck did this happen? But as a kid, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
I can't believe the GameCube came out in 2001.
When did you think it came out?
I don't remember. It just felt like even, I don't know. I don't know why I thought it was even older or maybe
Oh,
younger. Um, well, I was late to getting it, so
mhm. Yeah. The N64 was the last Nintendo console I owned until the Switch.
mm,
Because
the
after that,
GameCube was the only one I owned besides the Game Boy.
but you have a Switch now.
Up until getting the Switch.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, after the N64, I became a PlayStation kid. So yeah,
Same.
that's what it was. Anyway, where were we?
I don't know.
We're talking about Legends.
How did
Um
we get to GameCube? And it's in Nintendo 64.
because we were talking about how Spooner was like dropped off in the 90s after she was, in the
Gotcha.
20s. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so the team is also at Constantine's house trying to figure out how to get back to the ship
Yeah. So they're like,
because
yo,
mixed eggs are gonna hatch soon, and he don't want them to hatch without him being there.
yeah. So they're like, Gary, like, yo, we gonna need you to get in contact with Kayla so we can, use her ship because her ship can go through time. So
Yo, when she showed up and she was like going off in their alien language at Gary, and Gary retorted back at her, click clack, or I was in tears because it was so weird. It was so funny listening to him say his native language, but in English. It was like
but
click
yeah,
clack
let's talk
clack.
about how they kind of like just use like some kind of intergalactic social media to get her attention though. It's like they use like space Instagram.
Spacegram.
Yeah, like it's just like, well, really? This is what you use? Okay, okay.
They were like, she'll get it.
Yeah. So it turns out like, well, John's gonna use Spooner to find the fountain, but like the oil dudes killed her mother. Like, so her mother didn't get abducted by aliens. Her mother died. They were
Yeah.
killed by the
Which
oil
means
niggas.
Spooner's from the she's not even from the 20s, she's from the 10s.
Yeah, she was 10 years old. She was born in 1915. Yeah. 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 Became 10 years old, was like absorbed by the mushroom or some shit, alien shit,
Whatever that
and
was.
then dropped off in like the 90s. So, yeah. Okay.
Damn, Shorty's like almost, she's over 100 years old. She's 100 and
6.
yes. Damn, Spooner's the oldest person on their team now.
Technically, yeah.
And here I was thinking she was the youngest. She went from the youngest to the oldest real quick.
But yeah, it turns out the fountain is what saved Spooner. Her blood got on the mushrooms and all that kind of shit. So John ends up taking her blood. Talked about Kayla showing up. Bishop still has all the eggs and shit on the
Ship.
ship on the Wave Rider. He also has a serum that will make John seem worthy of the fountain, so that's what he's going to use. There's that Astra and John confrontation. We talked about that a little bit. Well, did we? Did we talk about Astra and John having that confrontation? No, we didn't.
No.
Well, it happened.
They argued.
Yeah, as Astra and John do. The Earl dudes come back and Spooner tells her mother who she is, like, yo, I'm your daughter, blah, 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 traveling through time.
Like I'm trying to save you.
Yeah, she's like, yo, I'm gonna save you though. But her mother's like, no, we gotta preserve time. We gotta preserve shit because you become you because of this. And
Astra gives her a little pep talk.
yeah.
Says, if you do this, we never become friends.
And that would be so sad.
And I was just like, damn, you really asking me to put the love of wanting to find my mother again and be with her and the stability of time and your friendship.
There are so many times I watch this show and I'm like, yo, I don't know if I can do it. I might just be like, fuck this timeline.
Right.
But the problem is there's also the other circumstance where it's fucking Barry, because every time he fucks with time, he destroys like everything. Like he it's just like, yo, you shouldn't like move through time at all. You just stay where the fuck you at.
You shouldn't do anything, Barry.
Yeah, it's fucking Barry. Yeah. There's a giant alien mushroom that happened. Spooner does some weird alien shit and she stops all the oil dudes and they run away.
And I was like, but doesn't that still change time?
It does. It does. 100% because the mother's still alive. So what happens?
Because now it's just more like her daughter went missing.
Her daughter went missing, and then
but she knows that now why her daughter has gone missing.
Yeah,
which
but
is
she
even crazier.
But she wouldn't have even been alive. So like her existence for like the next 50 years or whatever, she still dies off before young Spooner comes back.
True. Imagine after all that, then she goes off, she gets married again, has another child, and then Spooner would have like an older but younger half sister.
That would be crazy. Like, yo, you're my younger sister,
but I'm also older.
But you're also older than me. Like, it's just like, wait a minute.
Make it make sense.
Like, how are you an elderly 60-year-old woman? I'm just threw a number out there. I didn't do the math. But like, you're also my younger sister. Like,
let's say ideally, it's 1920, so her mother is probably like in her 20s, to be honest. Maybe not. No.
That's a hard 20s right there, man. She looked like she.
No. I forgot. She's also 10. So it's like she's probably like in her late 30s, if not close to 40.
You think she gave birth to her in her late 20s?
I feel like it'd be more in her early 20s. So maybe she is in her early 30s.
And she just had a rough life.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like she had 20s. A rough life. Yeah.
It's the 20s.
So you
it's the 20s and she's a person of color.
Yeah. You think Texas. She had another kid? Yeah, exactly. So you think she had another kid if she stayed alive?
So
you think she would have married and had another kid? How long would that take?
In that time period, probably not that long. Unless she couldn't find like really a suitor.
I'll say it would take some time to find a suitor though, because they want the young ones. So
true. That and she wouldn't be of the purity kind. But I could see it happening.
There's other Latinos, I mean,
I could see it happening.
Or Latinx is, if you want to be the more politically correct,
Yeah.
I don't know all the correct terminology. I think I'm right there, Latinx,
Yeah. So, I mean, it's possible. I could see it. It would just be funny if it did. So yeah, also Spooner's, and like you said, Spooner's powers upgraded themselves again for plot purposes.
Yeah, she made them feel everything. She felt, all the pain and all that kind of stuff, and they end up running away. Kid Spooner ends up getting absorbed by the mushroom. John injects himself with the serum because Bishop had it. He thought he was going to do it. He's like, no, I got you, motherfucker. You ain't tricking me.
Right.
But then it turns out he Bishop wanted that shit all along. John ends up on the ground getting absorbed and shit. I don't know what the fuck happened there. So, yeah.
And it's just like, John, why would you think that he wouldn't think about that?
Yeah, it was poisoned and all that kind of shit. Like, oh yeah, you're fucked. But yeah, the rest of the team's going after the eggs. He's like another setup by Bishop. Mick ends up getting blown up trying to save the last egg, and I'm like, oh no, not Mick. But this is not the first time we thought Mick was dead. So he's not. I don't think he's dead yet.
Touche.
I think they're gonna like reconstruct him with a little thingy on the Wave Rider.
Get in.
Yeah, like I think Gideon can do like the reconstruct thing. Like they rebuilt Bishop. Like I think Gideon can rebuild Mick if they have enough of him left, and I think there will be enough of him left.
Okay.
And if they don't, and we don't get Mick anymore for the rest of this season, even though there's only one episode left, I'll be pissed.
Right. I would at least want him to make it to the finale.
Mick is my favorite character on Legends. So
I know, but it wasn't this his last season though. I thought he wasn't coming back.
There are rumors about that, but I think that was all like publicity shit. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I definitely don't know.
Me neither. As people who do podcasts about this shit, we should probably know that.
Probably.
It's funny how things we really care about because we'll Google them right away, and neither one of us moved to Google that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. That was Legends.
It's fucking Legends. Like it's really that's what it is.
That was Legends.
It was Legends. But yeah, Bishop wanted to kill the fountain because it protects the earth, and now without the fountain, the earth is unprotected. Spool is also feeling the effects of what Bishop did to the fountain, killed the fountain. Asher finds John dying on the ground. He goes into some cocoon or some shit and then gets absorbed and all that. Yeah, that's Legends.
Is he about to level up too?
I don't know. Is he going to become the mushroom?
A mushroom with his face on it.
Yeah. But yeah, that was Legends. Next week is the season finale. I'll get my Sundays back.
For now.
Big Brother comes on Sundays. So like I don't have to make that choice anymore. It's getting good too. Like it's almost a guarantee now. The winner of Big Brother this year is gonna be black.
Hey.
Yeah, they formed an alliance on Big Brother called the Cookout. Did I tell you about this?
No.
Yeah. They formed an alliance, a secret alliance that nobody knows about called the Cookout. It's all the black people. 6 of them. 2 of them are only half black, but it counts enough. One's half Indian, one's half Mexican, but like they call themselves a Cookout, and this is like I hate that and love it at the same time. Because it works. It's funny because like they end up fighting and all that kind of stuff, but in the end, it's just like we got a job to do, so they do it. It's just like because it's like there's all kind of fuck yous and everything happening throughout, but in the end, when it comes down to it, we got a job to do. We're gonna do this shit. We got each other's back. Until then, once we get down to just us 6, we battle the fuck out. But like until then, all the non-black people gotta go.
We gotta like, work together
to get rid of all of it. And this is like, oh, this is working. This is working. Oh shit! The winner of Big Brother is gonna be black this year. This is dope.
Will that be the first one?
Yeah.
Damn. That's what he says.
Okay. Anyway,
we're not here. This shit's been on for like mad long, and this is the first one.
This is season 23.
That's right.
Exactly. 23 seasons with not a single black winner. I'm thinking, like, has there been? I think there was somebody who wasn't white, but I don't remember what he was. I believe he was some form of Latino that won at one point. But outside of that, every other one has been white, if I remember correctly. I could be
Boy, oh
wrong.
boy.
If there's a crossover here with, Arrowverse fans and Big Brother fans, let me know in the comments if there's been another non-white winner than this one who I'm thinking of, whose name I can't remember. Anyway, Stargirl.
Stargirl.
Yeah, that's what we're here to talk about now. We're gonna talk about Stargirl. What was the name of this episode?
Summer School Chapter 4. Nothing has changed yet.
It seemed like this episode was the end of summer school, though. Like, it seemed like they had their like exams and shit, and they're out of summer school now. So maybe the next episode will be something different. What's the name of the next episode? Did you see?
From the source that I watched the episode on, it had like the episode name like ready for that file. It did say chapter 5.
Hold on, let me look at CW and see what they say. So this would be Tuesday the 7th. Some of a bitch. Yeah. Summer
Chapter
School,
5.
Chapter 5. Yeah.
It feels like the whole season's called Summer School.
Even though they won't be in summer school, because like they just had those exams. Like, it's just like they literally had Rick pass that. Anyway, let's talk about the episode. So how'd the episode start, Mara?
I keep forgetting her name, but then I got it later. I was like, Psycho Kid is going to visit her crazy parents in prison.
Artemis.
Thank you. And
it took me a while to get her name too. It's fine.
To complete, well, same thing with her parents. Like, I had to wait till they said it.
I just call them Tigers and Sportsmaster.
There we go.
That's their like ISA name. So
yeah,
I don't know what their real names are. I stopped caring.
So Artemis is visiting both of her parents, simultaneously and shit, or back and forth.
Back, forth and forth.
And yeah, I was like, it must
LIYAH.
I was like, no, I thought I saw something burning, but I can't tell if it's from outside or if it was inside.
Or if you're just having a stroke.
Is that a sign of a stroke?
Smelling something burning when it's nothing burning? Yes.
Oh, okay.
How's your blood pressure?
I don't know. That's a good question.
How's your heart rate?
Another good question. None of those things are showing at the moment.
Oh.
Heart rate is...
If you happen to die while we're recording this, do I have your permission to post anyway?
Oh my God. I'm at 75. I'm good.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
It was like none of my stuff was showing, but I realized I had updated my watch today.
I'm at 77. Medications work great.
We're some restful bitches.
Yeah.
I was like, it must suck to have villains for parents. Cause like her foster home sucks. And it does.
Like she was just like, yo, what is this shit you're feeding me? Like, like that whole scene with them in the car was just like, I could see the frustration on her face. Like, why are you giving me
doodles
this?
And like a soda.
Yeah. I'm just like, yo, where's the protein? Like, what are you doing here? How do I fuel up before this tryout today?
That's your business. What? Bitch. I will call the police on you. But yeah, so it was a little bit of that. And then we see Beth trying to connect to Chuck again. And she runs into her mom and suggests that, mom and dad go to the putt-putt place that they used to go to when they were younger because it recently reopened. And she was like, nah, go with your friends. And then we see Barbara and Pat talking about Eclipso, and Courtney comes in, asks about him and what he can do. And then she tells them about the warning that Dr. Midnight's goggles gave them. And to be honest, I feel like Courtney don't take this shit seriously enough. Like
she don't.
When she was talking about, when she was asking about Eclipse and all that stuff, and then she sees her mom's like kind of like facial reaction. She goes, "Don't worry, mom, we got this. It's not a big deal. Don't be so scared."
You know why? Because she's a teenager, and teenagers are stupid. Yeah, then we got Courtney talking to Eclipso, and Eclipso does this thing where he makes her see her actual mother. And clearly this upsets her. And she's like, yo, fuck you, don't ever do that shit again.
Yeah, he's like, I'm only here to serve.
And help you reach your vision or whatever, and shows her the image of her with the new ISA that she wants to form with her and Artemis and that other creepy kid that's the fiddler's kid, and Mike and the other one, Icicle's kid, what the fuck his name is.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway. Then we got we talked about this earlier, but like Artemis with that random foster parent lady, and she's just like, yeah, fuck you, this is not okay.
She was like, yeah, I gotta go get my nails done.
Yeah. Then we get Mike out on his paper route. He sees on the paper that Tigress and Sportsmaster have broken out, and then all of a sudden there's Sportsmaster right in front of him because he
was like, do me a favor, don't run. You know what's going on.
Yeah, they broke out of prison. Let's see. Oh, at this point, I didn't remember her name because I called her Sport Daughter. But she's
calling her Psycho Kid.
Yeah. So she's pissed off in the lunch line because the cafeteria doesn't have the kind of food she's used to eating. But Courtney's there, and Courtney gives her an apple. They have an
peace offering.
Yeah, they have an awkward moment talking about Artemis's parents. Artemis gets pissed off and she crushes the apple in her hand.
Which tells me that was not a good piece of apple.
Was it not a good apple, or was she just that strong? Has she been juicing?
Who knows?
Because I've never seen anyone be able to crush an apple like that. A good ripe apple, a fresh apple. Never seen someone able to do that with one hand.
Me neither.
Now I've seen some dude who used to play, defensive end in college football crush an apple with two hands, but not with one. I'm not even positive he wasn't juicing because anyway. Back into the school. This is what we were talking about earlier. Rick gets another perfect score on the test, and teacher realizes she fucked up and apologizes
for accusing him of cheating. It's like, yeah, feels icky when you're mean and rude to someone and presumptuous.
Yeah. Then we got this kid who's just clearly a loner, just eating in the cafeteria by himself. Him, yeah.
Isaac.
So yeah, Cindy approaches him and like connects with him on a dead parents level, like, hey, my parents are dead, your parents are dead, let's be friends.
Let's be friends forever.
He's like, oh, this popular girl wants to talk to me, so he just buys into it because teenagers are stupid. And let's see. Mike leaves Pat a voicemail telling him like, yo, your old friends are with me. We're at the shop. Just come on by to the pit stop, you know.
So he goes,
yeah.
And of course it's Sportsmaster and Tigress, and they're just like, we just want to go see Shorty's football tryouts.
Yeah, we just want to see the tryouts.
Help us lay low. We will even go back to prison.
Yeah, like, yes, help us lay low. We just want to see the tryout. We'll go back on our own. We'll break back into prison. And it's funny because I know a lot of people would probably say like, oh, they won't do that. I believed them when they said that.
Yeah.
Because it's just like they're that obsessed with their daughter being, great in sports and all that kind of stuff, It's just like, yeah, it makes sense they would break out just to do that. So Pat ends up letting them hide out of his house. Barbara's not okay with it, but too late now.
She nervous as shit, right?
Very.
But it's reasonable.
So we got some moments between them though, like Sportsmaster talking to Pat, like, yo,
you let yourself go.
And your kid's got a big mouth, so you need to start training him now. Get that under control. And Pat's like, yeah, we're kind of keeping him away from that. And like, okay. Yeah.
And then
we're like, yeah, Sportsmaster was right. Train him now because Mike sucks. So you need to train him to not
Mike
suck.
is useless and he's trying really hard to help out.
Yeah.
Gonna get him killed or one of y'all killed.
Yeah. Get him to stop fucking up. Train him. But yeah, he talked about how him and Tigress just really never fit in with the ISA. They were just kind of there. He don't know shit about
shade at the shade.
Yeah, he really don't know shit about the shade. Like, I don't like that motherfucker either. So then we got Barbara and Tigress bonding over mom stuff and unruly teenagers, because
love it.
I mean, teenagers suck. So I get it. I hate them all. I often say this: if the zombie apocalypse happens, kill all the teenagers.
Oh my God.
What?
No, I've heard you say it. It's just, but every time I hear you say it, I'm just like, oh my God.
Look, they're gonna get us all killed. So kill all the teenagers. Line them up
to be executed.
Yes. All of them. Below the age of 10, we can keep them. Above the age of 21, we'll keep them.
So 11 to 20.
11 to 20. Kill them all. Because they're going to get you killed. You catch them when they're young. They grew up, they're kind of growing up in this shit. They act right. And they'll be all right. But immediately when this happens, 11 to 20 pounds to the dome. All up. And honestly, there's some above 21 who I might kill anyway because you still got that 19-year-old mentality.
I'm dead. But yes. So
like you never met a 22-year-old that act like they're 17. Yeah, whatever.
So Yolanda works at the diner now and they're doing recon. They find some island that no longer exists on the map.
Yeah, their research on all these old books they found and stuff. Yeah.
You realize Rick is still baiting Grundy.
Diablo Island is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, Rick is still feeding Grundy, like, give me a bunch of cheeseburgers. What do you say, 12 cheeseburgers and fries?
A dozen.
Yeah, a dozen. Yeah.
She was like, are you serious?
Like, yeah. Bring me my shit.
Do that. Put it on my card.
So yeah, turns out Cindy brings that kid, you said his name was Isaac?
Isaac.
Yeah, back to the ISA lair. He's the son of the fiddler, turns out.
She hands him a fiddle and he's like, I can't play it. She's like, you will learn.
Yeah. Courtney goes to this used bookstore. The Shade is there. She's doing research and he denies killing Dr. Midnight. He's like, yo, you don't know the story, do you?
Since you know everything.
Turns out Eclipso killed Dr. Midnight's daughter. I didn't know he had a daughter.
The girl from the first episode with the party.
That was Dr. Midnight's daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because after the mother found her, when they zoomed away on the mailbox, it said McNider.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
Because little boy was Eclipso.
Was it possessed by Eclipso? Or was Eclipso or whatever? Yeah.
Whatever they're gonna say.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Shade wants like, I want to get the black diamond, I want to get rid of it, like throw it into the ocean or some shit.
Where it can't hurt anyone ever again.
And he's like, yo, you just stay the fuck out my way and let me do this shit. And honestly, if Courtney wasn't a dumbass teenager, she probably would have been like, all right, cool, do that shit.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. Send me a confirmation email.
Exactly. Like, you do that shit. How about I help you? How about we work together on this? And I just make sure you don't do nothing shady. Because you the shade. Because you shades do shady shit. So I'm gonna just watch and make sure you don't do nothing shady. If you want to get rid of it, cool. But I'm gonna just make sure you do that. Because I still don't trust you. But like, we got the same goal from what you say. So like, yo, I'm with you. Let's do this. I'll watch you. Cool. But she gets all confrontational because teenagers are fucking stupid.
So after that, we see the football tryouts happening.
Yeah.
And Artemis
comes home looking for Pat. Pat ain't there. Barbara's like, yo, he at the football
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does the tryouts and that's it.
Yeah, she gets sacked the first time, but then she sees her parents, like, oh, motivation. My folks are here. And then Rocky music plays. Not really, but it's the same thing. Kind of same idea. She kills it, but then the crystal, the black diamond, Eclipso, makes her see Courtney and other people as like SWAT team going after her parents. And she gets all crazy and attacks Courtney and costs her to try out eventually.
They were like, your temper is scary.
Yeah. But they talk to her, Sportsmaster and Tigers talk to Artemis like, yeah, we did it. We're guilty.
Like, she realizes that they're not innocent.
Yeah. So they say goodbye and all that kind of stuff.
Courtney asked Pat about Dr. Midnight's daughter.
Yeah. She doesn't get any real answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Cindy approaches Artemis about joining the ISA. Barbara and Pat talk about not telling Courtney and the kids everything. Everything.
Apparently there's more shit about Eclipse, so they're not telling them. They're like, oh, so you're not gonna tell them? We gonna find out though, right? Like, me watching, because I want to know.
Right.
So, like, I kind of feel like we gonna find out at the same time the kids find out, and they're not gonna be happy. It's not gonna go well. But yeah, Courtney sneaks out to get more info from the Shade because she knows Pat's holding stuff back from her. Beth gets Chuck working again, realizes actually Dr. Midnight communicating through the goggles because he's like in some kind of like shadow plane or whatever.
Yeah, he may still be alive.
Yeah, so the Shade didn't kill Dr. Midnight because he's alive.
That's why he's like, you don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's why he don't know who he don't know who Beth is. He's like, yo, I'm not the black goggles. I'm actually Dr. Midnight. So, but that was Stargirl.
Yeah, that was the week.
Yeah. Who's winning this week, Mara?
I was gonna say Catco.
They got their story. They got the interview with William talking to Supergirl.
Bishop
is a good choice. I was gonna say the Shade, but yeah, Bishop is a good choice too.
You go with Bishop.
Okay, so you say Bishop, I say the Shade. Oh, I thought you were gonna make a note.
No, I got it.
Okay, who's losing? besides us who had to watch Supergirl? I say Constantine, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll go with Constantine too.
Okay. Well, guess that'll be it for this week's episode of Super Flashy Arrow of Tomorrow. Do not forget you can follow us on both Twitter and Instagram at The Creation World. That is at TheCreatia World. As always, if you don't know how to spell world, I don't know what to tell you. Get a fucking dictionary. Get your life together. Also, this particular podcast has a Facebook group.
Who did you say was winning?
Who
did you say for your winning?
Well, I said the shade.
That's what I thought. Thank you.
You can also follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Creation World. And this particular podcast has a Facebook group where the discussion goes. What's the name of the Facebook group? Where can they find the Facebook group, Mara?
Facebook.com/group/Super Flashy Arrow Tomorrow.
Let's see. Also, the YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube.
Please.
Link is in the description. Just click on it, subscribe. There are enough of you listening to get us over that 100 so we can get our vanity links. It's like, just do it, please.
Por favor.
Also, patreon.com/Creation World. Support us there. You get a bunch of extra goodies and all that kind of stuff. Also, if you're a wrestling fan, don't forget to listen to the Smacking the Raw podcast with the Warden Matt Ritter and Vince Daddy Delgado. Great times. Last week, Mara and I made a surprise appearance on that show for no fucking reason. You know, it was fun.
Absolutely none whatsoever, but it
contributed
was totally...
nothing. Just caused chaos and then left. And honestly, I feel like it's the best episode they've done all year, you know? By all year, I mean since, Vince took my spot on that show back in January,
So the last 9 months.
Yeah. I mean, it was great. And then I let Vince take my spot on the show so I can focus my attention other places, It wasn't quite as great after that, but
I get it. It's all right.
Every now and then I make an appearance on there. I help out where I'm needed because just the kind of guy I am. I'm helpful like that. And I just felt like this past week they could have used my presence, and I'm like, yo, it'd be even better than just me showing up. Be me and Mars showing up and contributing absolutely nothing to the product. Just there to cause chaos and disruption because we thought it was funny. Well, because I thought it was funny. It wasn't Mara's fault at all. I don't know why she even agreed to do it with me. Because it seemed
I always wanted to.
But yeah. Is there anything else I need to plug?
Nope. Till next time.
We out.
Bye.